Hello, everyone. On today's IRS tax refund update, we'll take a look at the latest developments when it comes to those ongoing tax processing and refund delays, including the current remaining tax return backlog. Meanwhile, as the country quickly approaches the debt ceiling deadline, we'll take a look at why some of those of you still waiting on your refunds may be impacted and experience even further delays as a result. And then we'll recap the top reasons why you still may be waiting on receiving that tax refund. Now, because of the holiday, the IRS is behind in releasing the latest set of numbers on the remaining tax return backlog, which we hope will be released at some point later this week. However, the latest information we have from the IRS currently has 4.2 million unprocessed tax returns remaining, with 2.3 million of those being from returns filed this year. Now, when it's broken down, 2.2 million of those are paper returns, and that number continues to grow by the week, with the remaining 2 million are e-file returns and those requiring special processing. For those of you waiting on amendment returns, that number is holding at around 1.4 million unprocessed, and we've seen that number grow over the past month. If you're waiting on a refund from an amended return, be prepared to experience longer wait times, which can average 5 months. However, a number of our viewers last year reported waiting over 1 year on their amended returns to be processed. With overall numbers better than last year, we're expecting a majority, in fact, will not be seeing extended wait times compared to last year. Now, one of the biggest news stories over the last week has been the U.S. quickly approaching the debt ceiling, which, if not extended by early June, will prevent the government from borrowing any additional money to pay expenses because the country has reached its debt limit, and it cannot go over the limit unless action is taken by Congress and the White House. So, why this is important for those of you waiting on your tax refunds, because if the government does default, Social Security benefits, federal salaries, and tax refunds are among some of the items which would be impacted and not paid out until a deal is reached on the debt, which ultimately means your already long delays are going to be even longer as a result. As of this recording, a tentative deal has been made, but there are still several key steps that need to be taken before it's official, and June 5th is the current reported date in which a deal needs to be made before we start seeing a default. So we'll report back when a deal has been finalized and hoping those waits on tax refunds are not impacted by this. Now, turning to some of the key reasons behind the refund delays not including the debt ceiling, as reported by a number of our viewers, starting off with a tax return being under audit. This is one, if not one of the top reasons behind those delays, with the majority impacted having claimed the earned income tax credit. However, if you're attempting to claim the fuel tax credit, be prepared for extended waits as the IRS is thoroughly reviewing those returns because of the amount of fraud being reported around that credit. If you received a 60-day notice from the IRS, there's a good chance that your delay may have to do with the fact the IRS still needs your employer's tax information to be available so they can compare the wages they reported versus what you reported on your tax return. In some cases, for prolonged delays, the IRS may have you submit copies of your W-2 and pay stubs so that they can continue the processing of your tax return. The need to complete ID verification is another major cause of refund delays this year, just like last year. And if you filed a paper tax return, you can expect to wait an extended period of time for your refund, as it appears the processing of paper tax returns will in fact carry on past summer and into the fall. We're hoping once the latest processing numbers come out, we'll see that backlog of paper returns at least level out and not continue to increase as we've been seeing over the last several weeks. And finally, we would ask our subscribers to take a moment and subscribe to our sister channel, Defunct History, which covers the topics from the past such as stores, restaurants, brands, and other things that no longer exist or have changed. Even though it is a much different type of channel, we would very much appreciate your help on this, and we'll put a link to the channel in the description box below. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax refund issue. In the meantime, we'll keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.